Drift, do I really have to? You whined lightly to your spark mate, following him as he sighed, answering your question for the 5th time like you asked 4 times before. Yes, Coco. You have to. I'm doing this for your own good, he said to you as you sighed lightly, rubbing your light green optics. You were still a bit tired since it was still partly morning, and you were napping before your spark mate decided to wake you up from the pleasant dream you were having. He had woken you up so he could do some training with you. Amongst your friends and family, violence was a thing you never sided with. You were against it, and always resolved your problems or matters peacefully, or at least tried to. Why should I though? You know I hate fighting, you mentioned to him as he nodded his helm, smiling lightly. I know you do, Flower, but this is to help you, he said in a gentle whisper, kissing the top of your helm sweetly, causing you to blush brightly. Besides, I think it'll be cute helping you and such, he mentions to you as you smile at him, sighing happily. Alright, I'm in a better mood now, you say to him sweetly as he nodded, walking with you more as you yawned lightly, listening to some music you had placed in your audio receptors before your walk began. After a little bit, you reached the place where you would be training, and the sight caught your optics greatly. You saw crystalline trees and a clear lake in which you saw your reflection, making your excitement soar more. You like it, Coco? Drift asked you, seeing your face of surprise as he chuckled, letting you walk near the lake as you saw your reflection looking at you. You saw your green optics looking at you, and saw the bright color of your blue armor shine under the sun, letting you smile more. As you stood there, Drift came up from behind you, his servos around your waist as you blushed lightly. You ready to begin, dear? He asked you in a gentle tone, nodding your helm, looking a bit scared but calmed and relaxed anyways, looking over at him. As he nodded, he took you over near the lake, seeing him sit, his legs crossed lotus style as you followed his example, looking a bit confused. Drift. Exactly what are we doing? You asked, being the curious femme you were. Drift, knowing you would ask this, chuckled lightly as this. Sorry, Coco. Guess I should have told ya before I sat. Before we start our physical training, we have to make sure our minds are ready, he says, leaving you with yet another look of confusion. Our minds? How? You shook your helm, completely confused as he looked at you once again. If our minds are ready, then we'll be able to fight more better, he explains to you as you understood better now, nodding. You followed what he was doing, your optics closed, becoming totally silent and having your servos on your knees. You felt calm and at peace, feeling complete peace enter into your processor. After you finished meditating, you began your physical training, learning some basic fighting forms and moves. There were times when you messed up and tried again, but other than that, you were perfect. Not bad for someone who doesn't know how to fight, Coco. Drift says to you as you blush lightly, feeling a bit flustered. Thanks. I try really hard, you say, still bright red as he kisses your cheek plate gently, seeing you blush once more. You were glad that he was training you, and frankly, you wouldn't want anyone else to train you any other way. You now moved on to sparring, and quite frankly, it wasn't so bad for your first time. At first, you were a bit scared, but Drift promised that he wouldn't hurt you much, only block your moves and such. Punches, jabs and elbows he took with ease. Then the thought came to you. You were brought back a little, then breathed in and out. You dashed at Drift, expecting him to think that you would throw another punch, but you were about to prove him wrong. You then jumped into the air, throwing 2 kicks toward him. The first kick was to fake him, then you landed the second one on his chest, causing him to go back and land on his aft. You landed on both of your feet, rushing over as you kneeled near him. Drift, are you alright? Primus, I'm so sorry, I wasn't trying to. As you started to apologize, he had pulled you down close to him, kissing you on the lips. You flustered deeply as he kissed you deeply, calming you down, letting you relax on top of him. You heard his light chuckle as he rubbed your forearm gently, smiling. It's okay, Coco. You were okay. Never thought you would be so graceful, he said to you in a soft voice, allowing you to smile a bit, feeling him rub your back gently. Just as graceful as a cherry blossom in the wind, he says as you blushed until you couldn't blush anymore. The compliment meant a lot to you, and you just took it, enjoying it. Thanks, Drift. You say sweetly, being surprised by yet another kiss from your spark mate, sending waves of affection to him in the kiss. That night, you two returned home, being that you were tired and Drift carried you home, but he didn't protest, liking how peacefully you slept. As you slept, you held onto your spark mate and dreamt about only you two and your day training. You now felt more confident with your fighting skills, ready to use them in case you went into a fight with someone. You thanked Drift for today, and, as he said to you before, thanked you for being a graceful fighter. Being as graceful as a cherry blossom. Made by PrincessAlley12. I put Coco. She is my OC and I ship her and Drift. I hope you enjoy.